G'day guys, Aussie FIFA HD, and welcome back to another episode of FUT Champions to Glory on my channel. In front of you is the screen that was in front of me on the weekend league just gone. I was on my 33rd game, and yes, I had to come up against a professional FIFA player, didn't I? He goes by the name of Solaris Samurai. He also streams, and he goes by the name as Marco on his streamer channel. Now, I knew it was going to be a tough game. You know, he's a professional FIFA player. I was on my 33rd game. I knew that he was undefeated because I went and checked up on his stream just before the game began, and he was on the 32-0, and believe it or not, so I knew it was going to be a tough game. So I did end up playing the 4-2-3-1, which is what I always play against professional players, as I do like to keep possession and hold the ball as much as I can, so that I can see if I can maybe scrape a goal or two. But as you see, I do switch it up. I do sub on Insignia as well as Bernardo Silva, who was the team of the season 92 rated card. And yeah, I knew it was going to be a tough game, but I wanted to just show you this game here to show you, see if you can learn something off it. I know I learned something off it after I watched it. So if you guys can learn something off this gameplay, then that is, that's a bonus for you. However, we do have some questions from the previous episodes. Now, if you do want me to answer any of your questions or, interact with any of your comments, just chuck them down below and I'll be answering or commenting on every single comment that goes into my videos. Most of the time I do. So be sure to do that, and I will be talking about whatever you say in the comment section down below in the next episode. However, lads, as we jump into episode number 79's comments, and that was on our FUT Champions gameplay from the first 10 games. Now, I am not going to be showing you the last 10 games. This is basically the episode for that. I'm just going to show you this first game, or this game that I do play Marco in. So that obviously, as I said, you guys can learn, and I can learn, and we can all help each other out by watching the gameplay. So, to move into some comments or questions, however, from the last episodes, Orhan Nisanchi says, nice video again, keep up the great work. Thank you very much, my friend. I do appreciate you dropping by and showing your support. You are a new face to the channel, and yeah, I'm so happy to see new people coming in, new people showing their support. It really does make my day, so thank you very much, Orhan, for that. Ibra Fathi says, hey bro, where are you from? I am indeed from Australia. I'm not sure if you can tell from my accent, but yes, I am from Australia. I don't have the most, say, Australian accent, if you like. Really, I don't know what I'm probably a mixture of all when you think about it. I do have an Australian tang, an Australian bit of accent, but I'm definitely not deep. In the Australian accent of things, if you sort of know what I mean. I don't normally sound like, g'day mate, how are ya? I don't sound like that. I'm just saying, I just sound normal. I think I just sound pretty normal. But yes, to answer your question, I am from Australia. Now, as you see, we did go 1-0 down from an over-the-top through ball to Suarez. Very disappointing to go down that way. It's not really a skilled goal over the top through balls. It's more just, it's a hit and hope sort of thing. So when I considered that, I thought, for a pro player, I think he should be scoring better goals than that. But I'm sure he'll take what he can, and it was a good game, good game in the end. CFC RMFC says, Aussie, you're a cracking player. And I said yes. Thank you very much for that. And I knew where that came from. That came from 2Sync. I do watch 2Sync myself. Let me know in the comment section down below if you guys watch 2Sync. I'm sure CFC RMFC does. But any other of you guys watch 2Sync? I do think they're very entertaining. They're unique. I've never seen anything like that to do in the FIFA community before. I've been watching them since they were around 200k subs, and they've grown so much. They've got like 1.5 or 1.2 or something now, which is just good on them for getting that far, and hopefully they have many years to come, uploading videos. And I answered that question by saying 2Sync, haha 2Sync, saying that I knew it was from 2Sync, and I also said Schweinsteiger, because if you actually do watch 2Sync, he does that thing when he gets a Schweinsteiger in the pack, or a German in the pack, where he goes Schweinsteiger. So I commented that back just for the bands. Orion R11 says, kebab is a Middle Eastern Syria to be specific. To be specific, not Pacific. Amazing video, bro. Just keep it up. I really love your channel. I can't wait for FIFA 18 as I can keep up with everything. So thank you very much, Orion. You always come in with very nice and polite comments, and always are showing your support. And I can only thank you from the bottom of my heart for doing that. So thank you very much, Orion. Hudson Gailey says thanks for answering my question, and no worries, brother. That question or that comment was very touching, very appreciated, and it made my day as well. Classy Mode crack a vid, he says, as always, and thank you very much for that, Classy Mo. I do appreciate you dropping by and showing your support once again, so thank you very much for that. Osric G Navti says, have you ever played AA9 Skills? No, I have not played AA9 Skills. The reason why is because I live in Australia and matchup doesn't really work if you live in Australia in Division 1 and, you know, in FUT Champions, because I do have the sections of the world which you are in, you know, because I mostly just play Australian and New Zealand players. It's very rare that I'll come up against someone from Asia. I have come up against a few Japanese players before, because they are just above Australia, probably, I don't know how far, but they are just, you know, not that far away from Australia. They're just above, as well as Asia, so there have been quite a few Asian district players I have played, but mostly Australian and New Zealand players that I do come up against in FUT Champs and Division 1. So, no, I haven't played AA9 Skills. Maybe one day in the future we could, if I ever get well, if we ever get big, you know, we could do, we could be a part of Fatal. How awesome would that be if we, as a community, could be a part of Fatal and you guys could help us, help me, you know, hit the squad and play all the big YouTubers. I think that would be the dream. I think that's what we could work towards, and I would love to be one day a part of Fatal. I think that would be just a fantastic addition to the channel. So no, to answer your question, I have not played AA9 Skills, and I really did ramble on for no good reason then, didn't I? Nick O'Dem Koniki, he says, I'm a new subscriber and I have a question. Which platform do you play? And I said, well, I didn't say, but I play on PS4, my friend. Xbox, never have had an Xbox before. I've always been on PS or Sony, as you like to say. And I haven't really been towards Microsoft in their consoles area. I had like an Xbox, the original Xbox, if you know what that means. If you kids know what that means, some of you younger kids probably won't know what the original Xbox was, but the original Xbox just had your games like FIFA 07 and FIFA 06 and FIFA 05, all the old FIFAs that we used to play back in the day when we were a bit younger. And I say back in the day, I'm only like 18 years old, so it's not that long ago. But you know, back in the day when there used to be FIFA 07 and Ronaldinho used to be the cover star of each game, which I did like. Ronaldinho was very overpowered actually when you played with him in Brazil, and I did like FIFA 07 actually. That's one game that I do remember from back in the day, and I did really ramble on just then, off topic again, didn't I? But to answer your question, I play on PS, my friend, and I did have the choice to play on Xbox or PlayStation. Now, when I actually think about it, the only reason why I bought a PlayStation 4 was to play FIFA. Now, being smart, I should have bought an Xbox because Legends were on Xbox, and you know, that was only exclusive to Microsoft on Xbox. So if I had been smart and actually thought about it, and the reason why I was buying a new console was just for FIFA, I should have really bought an Xbox, because obviously Legends do benefit you in the game, but it will be no longer, as FIFA 18 will have icons on PS4, which I'm very, very pleased about, and I am looking forward to. But yeah, that's the answer to your question. Amar Patel says, yo, I'm a new subscriber. I like your videos. Keep up the good work. Can I have some tips on FUT Champs? I can't get Silver 1. I got a terrible 10 wins out of 27. The rest I didn't play. Can I have some help, please? Sure, dude. I do believe I have done videos in the past where I've sort of given tips and that, but I can give a few now. So you got 10 wins out of 27. To be honest with you, if you qualified for FUT Champions, you're a fantastic player on it by itself. FUT Champions withholds around 1 million people, all up. And for you to get 10 wins out of 27 is just fantastic. If you think about it, if you had played the rest of your games, you more than likely would have got around silver 1 or gold 3, which in my opinion is very good. When you think about it, 1 million people play FUT Champions, but 8 million people play FIFA. So you're in the top 1 million people that play FIFA in skill level. So man, I wouldn't get down over that. I think that's an achievement by itself, just qualifying for FUT Champions. I think I would be happy personally qualifying for FUT Champions if I wasn't as skilled. But yeah, to answer your question and to give you a few tips, first of all, watch back in your gameplay. Record your gameplay. I don't know if you have Xbox or PS4, but there are ways of recording your screen gameplay by double pressing the share button on PS4. I'm not sure what you do on Xbox, but there are ways of recording your gameplay. So be sure to record your gameplay and watch back what you're doing wrong. I said this in the last episode, but if you watch back what you're doing wrong, and you try and patch up those areas and you try and fix those issues that you have, then you'll be a much better player. Now, I used to struggle getting into Elite at the start of FIFA. I used to average around Gold 2 to Gold 1, which is 22 wins and 26 wins, or 27 wins, I believe, to get Gold 1. I averaged between that, and I always had the dream of getting Elite. Now, I do now get Elite consistently, not just Elite 3, but I get Elite 2, sometimes Elite 1, and I've come very close before to getting top 100, which is a massive improvement. Now, the way I did that was watching through my gameplay. Something else I also learnt was, do not blame the game. I said this in the last episode once again, but do not blame the game, because if you blame the game, you're more than likely to never fix your issues that you have. You're going to keep telling yourself that you're good at FIFA and that you don't need to fix anything, where in fact you do need to fix issues that you are doing to yourself. Now, one consistent issue I had back in the start, when I was only doing Gold 3 and Gold 2 and Gold 1, was that I wasn't keeping possession enough, and I wasn't keeping up the tempo. Tempo is when you gotta really fasten up your play and really be unpredictable to your opponent, because if you're doing slow build-up play, your opponent, it's easier for your opponent to read. But if you're doing fast, high-tempo play that is still build-up, that is still keeping possession, then your opponent will find it harder to read you. So tempo, I'll put it down to 4 different categories. Now, I did see this on Boris Legend's video, I do believe, but these are the 4 categories that he gave. Tempo, predictability, plan, and there was another one. I can't remember the other one, but plan, basically a good plan to have is to go down the wings and try and see if you can cut inside and do a layoff or a tap in. That's a very efficient way of scoring goals in FIFA 17. A lot of the pros score their FUT Champions goals that way, cutting inside and doing a driven pass across goal for then a tap in at the back post. That is a really efficient way of scoring goals, as your opponent cannot stop it, as well as the keeper. They cannot stop it. They can't make a save because it's sweated across. Don't feel like you're a bad player if you sweat goals. I personally sweat goals all the time in FUT Champions. FUT Champions is a sweaty gameplay. I used to think Div 1 was bad, but no way. Not when you compare it to FUT Champions. Anyone will do anything to win. So don't feel hard done by sweating it. But I do say, keep composed, keep as much possession as you can, be unpredictable, and watch back your gameplay to improve yourself. I think that is probably the best bet you have. And if you want any more tips, I might be able to do a video on it in the future where I do talk to a few of the pros, which I am thinking about doing, where I ring up the pros, I do a chat on Skype, and I ask them questions from you guys. So say Honey Badgers, who came third in the Sydney Rest of the World Regionals. Honey Badgers came third, so he was third overall in the Sydney Rest of the World Regionals. I'd contact him, ring him up, and ask him questions that you guys have wanted to be answered. So I'm thinking about doing that, because it will also help me as well as you guys. Excuse me. It will also help me as well as you guys in improving gameplay, and I think it will definitely help you guys, as your questions will be answered, and I think it'll make a good video, to be honest with you. But as you see, lads, in the end, we did lose 2-0 to Solaris Samurai. To be honest with you, I do think that was a very good, what could you say? A very good attempt, or I can't even think of my words today. It was a good game in the end, and I think I did give him a bit of a challenge. He did struggle to score against me towards the end of the game. However, I was really struggling to keep up. I was really struggling to get back into the game. Solaris Samurai is a fantastic player. I do believe maybe one day we could do an episode of Pro vs YouTuber against him, but I can't even think of my words today. This is just ridiculous. In reality, I did find it a very tough game against Solaris Samurai. Definitely one of the best FIFA players in the Australian community. However, lads, in the end we did get ourselves Elite 3. Just scraped by. I needed to win 2 games out of the last 2, and I did indeed do that. I did struggle towards the end of the weekend league. I don't know why. Something about the squad hasn't been clicking for me, and you will see I do sell Zlatan Ibrahimovic, which is a bit of a disappointment. I did like that card. He was a very good card, but I am thinking about buying Team of the Season Dybala for my squad. I do think he'll be a great addition to our attack. But that'll be for me, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Tomorrow will be the rewards, our Elite 1 rewards, which gives us 2 guaranteed Team of the Seasons. I cannot wait to bring you that video, guys. Honestly cannot. But that'll be for me, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Can we smash 15 likes? As always, that would be amazing. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. And as always, lads, have a good one, and peace.